Vive la Revolution. What's up, Earth 2? It's your boy 2020. And Keem,
AKA
aka
Nubia.
yes. We're here to discuss, review La Revolution on I'm just gonna say La Revolution because I feel like I'm not going to do well to say La Revolution.
But that's, I mean, you got it.
Oh,
Your
okay, well.
enunciation is
Revolution. Oh, so you're gonna ask who am I? Who I am, right? I'm literally 2020. I'm just a guy in 2020 right now. Also, it works out because on the show, episode 2, I don't know if you noticed, but we get a deeper inkling of what's going on in terms of like why the series is the way it is. It's a disease,
yeah.
and
And uncles are
I'm not
sick.
and I'm not trying to catch it, so I have my mask on. Um, yeah, uncles are terrible people.
Just
The worst. Uncles are the worst.
disgusting.
So again, okay. So just like last week, this show episode 2 had a really pretty good opening.
Listen, so I get hype a lot, like off of TV shows and action series and stuff like that. But this one, when it got into full swing, I was literally clapping at the TV and yelling, "Let's go!" Like you, I was like, "Let's go! Let's go! Guillotine!" And yeah,
Yo, Guillotine was not here to play. He came back to France. He's like, yo, and you know the worst thing about the thing about this episode or the way it starts at the end of episode 1 where you see that boat of people coming into France and the people waiting on the beach. I guess the people waiting on the landing were robbers who are trying to steal from people getting into France.
I thought they were smugglers.
Those people.
I thought that's what it was. I thought they were smugglers. They were
Yeah,
like
we're
the
gonna help
connects
you.
on this end.
Yeah.
Yes,
Oh,
they're
right,
just
right.
like if you get caught and you tell anybody how you got here,
Yeah, you on your
like
own.
yeah, you were on your fucking own. We will kill you.
And then
So,
they get to Guillotine and it's like, yo, don't talk to me right now. I'm just trying to get into France right now, bro. Like, I'm not here to
like
play.
you see this man out here with his Ronakoff and like,
Right.
like falling all back and stuff.
Yo,
And this is
when
the
he
man
started
you want to ask
coughing,
questions.
I was like, let me see. You know, we social distancing.
So all y'all should be wearing masks. Like, and you are not.
Like, and he got mad close to him, put his gun in his face, and then Guillotine went off. He was like, you know what? I'm not
No, I don't.
playing.
The way he dismembered people was
Yo,
just
all while taking shots because he took a shot to the back, he took a knife stab to the stomach, and then the last guy, I feel really bad for him. Like it's one
do
because
not.
he's running away, and Guillotine's like, no, you know,
Nope.
I could chase you, I probably would catch you, but this just seems way cooler. Slow motion tosses a lantern at him.
So this reminds me one of my old jobs.
You toss lanterns at your old jobs?
No.
Oh,
It may have been nice though, but the our the guy that I supported, like he wanted to have like plants and stuff in the office. And so he had gotten these plants, and as sometimes happens, the plants had the soil had fly larvae in it that had like, been, I guess, gestating over a period of time. And so once they hatched and became full grown flies and came out of the soil, there were just all of these flies like flying around the office. And it was just me and my
Ew.
coworker in there. And I, she's like scared of bugs. So every time there would be a fly in her office, she's like, Keem, help me. And I'd come in and like find the fly and kill it. And by the end of the day, I was so fucking sick of flies. There was one and I just
Do something
threw
at
a
it?
notebook at it. Yeah,
You get it?
I did.
Nice.
And it fell.
We should
So,
call you
like,
Guillotine for the rest of the show.
you can call me Gia Keem. That works.
Bloop, bloop, bloop. Honestly. Oh, by the way, happy Halloween, everybody.
Happy Halloween.
Yeah, so let me give you guys this synopsis for a second for episode 2, The Revenant. Someone unexpected reaches out to Elise through Madeleine. Joseph begins to dissect the mystery behind Rebecca's death. That story was really good.
That's a lot, yeah.
And so I'm watching it, right? And I see Joseph going to go talk to Olka, and he goes, "So how did you do it? Was it like suggestion?" He was so white person, like
fuck it. Just this whole scene, like, I take my notes, right?
right.
And one of my notes actually says "fucking voodoo." Like,
right.
Were they even calling it voodoo back then? I'm pretty sure it had like some other name that maybe the ancestors called it. But no, how did you do it, voodoo? Like,
but
make me sick.
So you had that thought, right? My thought was, look at this white man. I was like, I don't believe this. I believe in science. I mean, first of all, we are here in the future we're in because certain people don't believe in science. But I'm not saying that what Joseph did or said was wrong. He just closed his mind to other possibilities. Let me just say it like that. To the fact that something else could have, could have made him seen that. And it wasn't until Oka did it again in that scene where he showed him what's her name? Josephine? He showed him Rebecca. He showed him Rebecca laying down in the cut. He was like, "Oh, how did you do that?" I'm sorry. I'm making expressions. I don't know if you can see.
Only
like,
eyebrows.
Right. He's like, "How did you do that?" Like,
nigga, voodoo. I just told you.
Right.
You're not listening.
Right. But also again with Joseph, it's like I think he just wants to deduce that Oka is not guilty. And Oka is not telling him much. Oka's just, I didn't do it. That's it. And Oka shows him other things. But so he takes like, what I like though, he did use I don't know if the French invented CSIing. What's the word I'm looking for? It's like
detective skills, like crime scene.
Yeah, investigation tactics, because that's what he does. He collects soil, he collects fingernail shavings. It's like, yeah, I can.
And he did that in the last episode too. So I'm like, so this nigga's a detective now too. You're a doctor, right. And he's doctor detective.
He's both, both of them.
Both
of them.
Like, okay, so you're just
that's
doing
French
everything.
For both. Yes. Both of them.
You just put a little hot in it. Both of them.
They're gonna cuss us out. They're gonna cuss us out. Anyways, but no, that's. I like that he did that. He did a lot of detectivizing in this episode, and and then he caught with him and the girl again in the little sewer, and he's like trying to tell her his experiences with Oka, and she's like, "Huh, interesting." The worst part is, I don't know, but I think that I don't trust her to. I mean, I do trust her, but I don't. Does that make sense?
But no, I don't. But I said that last time. Like,
you did, and I didn't catch it
about her that I don't know.
Now more than ever, especially in that scene, I think he's probably like a super virgin, and she's playing on him, and so because he's probably like a super nerd, because now he's a detective and a doctor, so
get those titties out of my face. I'm in these books.
Because like she's talking to him, and his face is like right then. He's like, "Oh, we caught the rat." And you saw his face though. I know you saw. He was like,
"Word." I'm done with my studies. I would like a woman now. Cock blocking ass rat.
One woman, please. Drive up window. One woman, please.
One woman, please.
Would you like?
And that's why he's really trying to solve this mystery. All these women going missing is women that he could have been getting with. This
right. Oh, and the best part is when he goes to collect soil from the site, he runs into the girl's father, who breaks down that who actually a white man that actually said, "You know what, the black man didn't do it," which again I think is like.
Well, we know that's fiction.
Right? Yeah, like that's 100%.
Not since A Time to Kill has a white man defended a black man like that.
Because I'm like, yo, okay. You're like, okay. Yeah, right. I don't know why that threw me off watching that whole entire scene as I'm watching. I'm like, oh my god, I guess because he's like, yeah, he didn't do it. How do you know he didn't do it? Well, it's been happening for a while.
All these other poor bitches done come up missing like for a minute now. You,
right.
Mr. Privilege, just haven't been paying attention because it's not something that directly affected you until this moment. Because like now he's going back and looking and seeing as he's passed by several times this wall of like, have you seen me flyers?
Right.
And now he goes back and he's like, oh shit.
It's funny though, you did mention you did mention that wall in episode 1 and
but it's like a few years back when women started detailing the things that they have to go through, guys leave a bar, you just walk to your car, like we have to let a friend know we're leaving and put our keys in between our fingers and be very aware of our surroundings, check the back seat. Shit, I punch my back seat. Like as soon as I get in the car, if there's stuff in there, I like punch the back of it.
It's actually not funny. I can't laugh.
That's reality. And so
I know.
Then guys are like, you really have to do all of that? Why?
Literally. And I think that's exactly what happened in that scene. He's like, oh well, it's been happening. It has?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Welcome to 1785, dumbass.
right. And so that whole thing happens, right? And he does get the soul samples. They have that little conversation. But I did feel bad for the dad because something happens to him later on and on the show. He finds other stuff out. But let's go back. So after the opening of the show, we see Madeleine again, who's talking to us.
Sorry, I did make a note here that I just have to point out when Big Brother Guillotine, as he called himself, was murdering everybody on the scene. He did this double neck stab that was so unnecessary. Like the guy he already had a knife in his hand and the other guy came at him, so he grabbed that knife, and when the guy fell and tried to sit up, he just it was so unnecessary. It was so cool, but so unnecessary.
He had to make sure he was dead. He had to be the deadest he'd ever been. He couldn't be alive at all.
I will stab people like nobody has ever
stabbed people before.
No one has ever gotten stabbed like this.
Oh, man.
I will make sure that everybody is fully stabbed. There will be lots of stabbing. It's going to be great.
It's going to be great. And it was great. It was really great. I feel you on that. But thinking about it, I'm like, did he really have to? He could have one stabbed him. Stabbed him the other way.
I'm pretty sure you got his carotid. He's not coming back from that.
Right. But the second one was just to make sure that
go off.
But if we're looking at the show the way we're looking at it, Guillotine, old brother Guillotine, right? He's supposed to be dead.
And here he is.
So
and you called that.
Right.
You called that last episode. You were like, is that the brother?
On the ship.
Turns out they don't all look alike in this show.
No, they don't.
It was just him. Alrighty.
Wow.
Well, we said that last time. Like, wait, is this girl, and this girl? Like, everybody has the same, like, impoverished.
Oh yeah, all the poor people look alike. The rich people kind of have a little bit,
a little bit of difference, but I mean, everything is so dimly lit. Like, if I'm not watching it with my glasses on,
you missing.
It's all the same person. This is a one-man show to me.
Cause what's her face? The rich girl, the Duchess, whatever her name is,
Élise.
Élise, right? She and the girl that Joseph be making out with, they look alike in a way.
They look alike, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so we come back to the beginning. You see Madeleine talking to us, but she's also like in the woods playing with some, weird voodoo doll.
Her little voodoo dolls, yeah.
These white people touching black stuff, man. You know what? It's all good.
whole other episode.
Right. Phrasing.
Shout out to SNL.
Playing with her little... I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I'm just thinking about the Adele skit, the Africa skit last
week on
Saturday
Night
Live.
That had me dead. Like, I think I was with the whole thing, right? But Adele dying
That's what made it.
just took
That's
it
what made
somewhere
it.
else. The skit was funny, like, because I understand the joke that they're going for, but then Adele died, like literally physically dying.
Like, and is she laughing because of the immature innuendos being made? Is she laughing because she's dating an African man right now?
Right.
Like, so many levels, so
So
many.
many, so many. But the internet, of course, the internet was mad at that. I don't know who was, but I read some
You
of
know
it.
who was? It was the same people Bill Burr was talking about during his
Facts during his
monologue.
monologue, like this in the one. Yeah. So, the white girl is in the woods playing with her voodoo doll, talking to
Madeleine.
us, right, telling us that we have to understand. To understand, we have to know where all of this started. And I'm like, yo, Madeline, if you don't get to the point,
Madeleine, if
it's
you don't actually start talking.
bruh.
Also, is it not hilarious that we are, I'm sorry, Jesus, that we are
Oh,
doing a
good God.
show? We're doing 2 shows about mutes. So there's Mutes and Kipo, and then there's Madeline the Mute
I'm not going where you're
in
going.
this show.
I'm not going where you're going.
Because in this show, we find out she's not deaf. She's not deaf. She can't talk. So I was like, wait, she's not deaf?
Yo, she can hear because
Because
they
I
were
didn't think she
talking
could
to
hear.
her. Yo, she's
But see,
just.
then I'm also like, she can hear. So why is her sister signing back to her unless it's just, like,
I mean, I guess
I don't want you to feel alone in this thing. But
right, like, because she's like, I told you.
Mhm. Mm. Hand signals, hand signals. I told
Right,
you
she's like, I
to like
told you, you
stay in
never.
the house.
Yeah, like
And then
you're not supposed.
yeah, and number one, Madeline hit her with, "You're not my dad."
Yeah,
Like,
I love it. I
like,
love it.
little heifer, you can go to the institution.
Yo, for real,
Is
like
that
you
what
know
you
what it
want?
was to you, like. Why are they
You
so
can
unappreciative?
go.
Like honestly, I hate kids in like post-apocalyptic or almost apocalyptic worlds because they're always stupid. Like they're like kids. Okay, not all kids, but kids are stupid. But then when you put them in that situation, like Carl or the girls from Walking, those
Carl.
2 little girls from Walking Dead, they're just so dumb. Like the world is going to shit, and you want to be a teenager right now. Like
You want to
son,
go out and frolic and yeah, just
like
no grass.
everybody in the castle wants you in an institution, but no, you want to be outside by yourself. And then when I
Playing with
talk to you,
dolls.
you're gonna tell me you're not my dad. Okay, fine, you can go. I don't gotta take care of you, bro. Like for real, I
Right. I
should be
got
getting.
other stuff I could be
Yeah,
doing.
Elise could be getting her back blown out, but she gotta stop that to take care of you,
Right.
child.
Right. And then that's when she said, I'm just tired of hearing the screams. And I was like, shit, she can hear? Oh,
And
this is a whole different. Okay.
yeah, and the thing about the screams, we're gonna get to that because she hands, or Elise grabs, I think either the doll or necklace from no the
No,
doll,
it's she grabbed her the necklace, the
the locket,
locket. Yeah. I was
and
like,
she's like,
the thing with the pictures.
"Yeah, where'd you get this?" I
Because
mean,
I was going through your stuff.
right,
Like kids do. And then she asked
duh.
her, who this? Like, little bitch, this is none of your business.
Like you're asking a lot of questions, man. Can we just go home? All right, let's just go home. And so they do go home, and then when they get home, now Uncle Son, we go into Uncle
Oh my
Son's room, and he
gosh.
has this huge gash, bite, something on his leg.
Just infection.
It's
That's all that we
ugly.
really need to know.
They call it gangrene, which is not because we know that it's not. And and the doctor is like, oh, it's unfortunate. We're gonna have to cut. And Uncle, being rich, Uncle Dummy, is like, you don't have to cut it.
Yeah, no. And so we
My
find out
son,
another interesting thing here because the doctor is like, he's showing the same symptoms as your wife.
as your wife,
And
right?
he's like, so this is my, like,
Facts.
my body, my choice, my son, my choice. And I say,
He's like 40. Like, what are you talking about? I mean, he might be younger, but he's white. Yo, we gonna get canceled.
well, if you think about the life expectancy back then was not as long. And I
He's
have
like
to
35.
believe, yeah, like they probably, even when they were younger, they probably looked a lot older because they were living hard lives.
Stress, man.
So, I mean, he could have been 18, but y'all ain't got no running water, no electricity.
Right.
You got this big ass gash in your leg that is clearly seeping all kinds of pus.
Oh, it was green. It just
It was
ugly. It was. And
when I tell you, this episode almost made me faint.
so there's that moment. What other moment?
No, it was the moment where he tried to walk on his leg, and that shit
and
just.
it said crack. Oh,
I was like, oh Jesus! Oh, I got the vapors. Oh my God!
I'm like,
I was
first
about
of
to be
all,
done.
what made you think your leg? Like, did you see? Did
Like-
you see the wound?
Sir, you had crutches and you chose to support your stable leg with the crutch and then try to put your weight down on the leg that is all the way fucked up, where the doctor was talking about we're going to have to amputate. And your body was like, I'll do it for you.
Right. Let's just do it with it right now. And his sister comes in and his sister's like, Dad, we're going to have to do it. And Dad is like, no, go to your room, woman. Like, pretty much.
Right.
Like, of course.
You can go to an institution too.
Right. You go to an institution. You go to an institution.
Everybody gets institutionalized.
Yo, Uncle out here just handing institution.
Like, he is just putting people out. Like a black mom, as soon as you turn 18, like, get the fuck up out my house.
Get out.
No.
And then so brother Guillotine comes into the city. He's like, yeah,
Albert.
Oh yeah, he's like, do you know this man? The man who's about to be executed? Yeah. And he's like, we're gonna have to rescue him. And we need help. So he goes to the church where he grew up in, I think, and the father recognizes him. It's like, oh my God.
Well, of course, because I mean, it's not like it's several years later and he's aged and he looks like a whole different person. He's just looks like the same dude he looked like before.
Right.
Just dead.
Just dead. Not as dead. Yeah, not as dead. Uncle's like, father's like, you weren't supposed to come back or something. No.
Oh, yeah, you weren't supposed to come back here.
Yeah. He's like, but man, my man's about to die. I can't have my.
He's our only hope.
Can't have
our Obi-Wan.
Can't have my man's dying. Like, what's up? I'm gonna need some help. You gonna connect me to the rest of the people?
Brotherhood.
Right. Every show has to have a brotherhood.
Which is weird because this brotherhood had sisters in it. So,
sisterins.
The siblinghood.
Right. This ain't about the brothers, it's about the brothers and the sisters. So I think they're gonna stage like a whole thing to rescue Oka, of course. I don't know. I think that's what has to happen. But the most interesting thing of the episode, I think, is the reveal that Élise gets halfway in it. She goes with.
So before we get to that,
okay,
I'm not up on 1700s French fashion, but I could swear that Élise was wearing denim jeans during most of these scenes in the movie. Like, I rewound and kept looking.
I'm not doing this with you. Jeans? I'm not doing this with you today.
Like sis was dressed like she was whole ass going to leave the shoot and go to a pumpkin patch.
Hey,
like she had on her jeans,
maybe she was
her over the knee boots, and I was like,
under her big skirt, like she just take that off and be like ready to go.
It wasn't even a skirt, like she had on a peplum top and some jeans. So next episode.
Oh yeah, I gotta pay more attention to her fashion. I'm trying to pay attention to what they're saying, and you're like, no, pay attention to what they're saying. Also pay attention
to what they're wearing. It's the estrogen, Mo. I can't help it. I can't help it.
I'm gonna look extra hard now, like, Yeah, so she goes with this guy. Oh no, it's not just a random guy. It was the guy from the last episode that was telling her uncle ain't shit. I think he comes back and he's like, yo, I have someone who might want to see you. She's like, who? Like, no, a trusted associate. Like, we gotta go. And of course, he follows the person. They get to meet this guy, and he tells her the story of how her dad may not be dead.
Yeah, well, no, not even dead. Like, your dad never made it.
So your dad is not in Versailles. My bad. Your dad is not in Versailles. She's like, what you mean? Like, go read the letters. And she's like,
I'm getting letters from him.
And then they show Dad. Uncle goes to Dad, and Dad is like, yeah, we still have to find the cure, but we need more samples from you. And I guess they're just gonna keep cutting up Dad to get samples.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
kind of gross.
Yeah, and Dad didn't even want him to like I told you not to come back down here again. Like basically just let me sit down here and stew.
So is Dad in on it with Uncle? Or is Uncle just a dick on his own?
I think Dad somehow became undead and came to Uncle and was like, I'ma just go down here and see what happens. But I can't be around people. He's quarantining. And Uncle is like, we're gonna figure this out for you. And so Uncle is the one collecting samples. Seemingly, look, for just a small second, I was like, well, shit, maybe Uncle's not such a dick after all. Like, he's carrying all of this weight on his shoulders where he's trying to figure out how to save his brother's life and all of that. But then it could just also be that Uncle's a mad scientist, and
I think Uncle's
he knows he's on to something right now. And so he's like, no, stay down here. I'm gonna take these samples and we're gonna figure out how to get you better. Yeah.
It's wild though. Uncle didn't come in with a mask. I still don't get it. Like, doctor was operating on son without a mask, no PPE, nothing. Like, what? Just an apron.
1700s, and that's why every motherfucker looks like 10 years older than they are.
Motherfuckers were dropping like flies. Like, what you talking about? Yeah, so they get that, and then one more thing happens, or something else. Some other interesting thing happens where, so I was talking about how Dad of the girl who died, Rebecca, was like, looking for the murderer or just trying to figure out, piece together what happened. And he's in a bar. I think he's trying to just have a drink, before he goes.
His troubles away, because he told the doctor the reason why, when he says, "Nah, that black man's innocent," and the doctor's like,
again, still
"Sir,
can't believe that. Still
why aren't you saying something?" And he's like, "Cause snitches get stitches, and the rich people don't want anybody to know that he's innocent."
And just as soon as he should have kept his mouth shut, because some people come in the bar and mess him up because he talking too much. You're like, look, you stepped into something that you don't even know about. This is higher than your pay grade, sir.
Right.
They sent me to take care of you.
To tell you, shut the fuck up. But you know what? I'm no murderer. I'm no assassin. I'm not a bad guy.
I'm gonna let you defend yourself.
I'm gonna say a whole bunch of shit about your family and your family,
daughter. You go get mad, and I'm gonna beat your ass.
Take this knife. Shake.
Right.
Like, this is not even fair.
It's not. Like, you're
this man's a farmer. He is not trained in combat.
Oh, like what? It was so unfair. It's like, give him his axe. I was like, as soon as he said give him his axe, I'm like, this guy gonna die. Like, he's not about to put up a fight against these dudes.
He tried.
Really?
I mean,
his swing was so ugly when he swung. It was like, yo, I'm like, you not like, even I could have dodged that, and I'm not an assassin. Like, come on.
Like, look, I am 40. I'm at the end of my life. I'm at the end of my life stage.
Oh man! Like, what more do you want from me?
He's probably got rickets. I mean, there's no. I have not seen a single citrus fruit there yet.
He's probably on the way out, so you might be right.
Yeah. So I mean,
right.
Which I want.
It's facts. So that happens, right? But then. And then they go to doctors, but before they go to doctors, chick with the doctor tells the doctor, "Hey, look, Joseph, I got someone that you can meet that got to connect to let you know that Oka didn't do it, so you can tell them."
But wait, they had already remember the rat they caught and fucking dissected.
Yeah, they figured out that there's a disease. And the disease is, Oka couldn't have it. I'm like, yo, I was really, really listening to get it. Did you get it? I know you took notes.
No,
okay,
I didn't get it.
It was a lot of medical in that scene. I was like, I'm really not trying to hear no more medical. I'm trying to see some more fights because, like, some cool shit was happening. You know what? I'm gonna pay more attention to the medical stuff, like so that we don't have this. This doesn't happen again.
Our Grey's Anatomy Sherlock
Right? Like, yo,
hero.
are you supposed to be a CSI detective or a doctor?
This
Like,
nigga is House and Sherlock.
yo,
I'm gonna try something experimental here.
right? Like, you dissected the rat for what? Because the rat ate something or someone or bit someone.
No, because, and this is part is a little fuzzy, but I feel like they they went into a tomb or something, and he was going to get a blood sample from the dead girl that was there, and then she popped up like, what's happening? And they had to kill her all over again. I might be making that up in my mind, but
you might be.
I could be, but I know they got a blood sample from something.
From something, yeah.
Yeah, that was supposed to be dead and was not, and then they injected it into the rat.
Into the rat.
For
and
the
then cut the rat open, and then yeah. So they narrowly escaped. I'm gonna say narrowly escaped because it was like 10 minutes, give or take, if it was like 10 candles. 10 candle marks by the time when they left.
The hourglass had not yet. The sand was still.
Yeah, by the time the assassins get to his room and they're like messing everything up like assassins do, instead of you just like what why is it when assassins or like people come to like houses, they don't just go, hey, let me like gently flip the pages? No, okay, never mind. Just messing everything up, and the main assassin is like, when they come back, like, I want you to take care of him. And then the one guy goes, got him. And then the main assassin looks at the rat whose heart is still beating
as it's all splayed out on the table,
right, and then kills it.
Yeah, which is good because it's really irresponsible to leave a zombie rat just
seriously
laid out to bite somebody and
truly
start a plague.
Really, truly. But yeah, so I thought the episode was very interesting up to that part. Is there anything else that I missed? I'm not talking about.
She's wearing jeans. Okay, no, not yet. We're good.
Oh, so we're good. Done. Episode done.
No. Oh God, no.
Okay, that's what I'm asking you. That's what I asked you.
I thought you were saying up to this point, do we have it all? Okay.
I don't know.
So the girl who we still can't figure out, is this the same chick that's like hooded and taking Élise around to different places? She leads Joe into the woods, and they're walking down this path, and he's like, something here does not seem right. Like, I know you said you're taking me to be like a confidential informant, but this space just seems a little bit too clandestine. And so then she pulls out her knife, like, yeah, sorry.
Right. Joe thought he was about to get something. Like,
yeah. Like, damn it. See, this is why I kept my head in my books and not.
Right. Should have still kept being a nerd. Not.
Yeah. And so some goons come out of the bushes and basically yoke his ass up and stick the hood over his face and take him off. And the same thing happens to Élise.
Right.
And so basically then you see this scene where there's like a row of people put the bags over their head on their knees, and we think they're about to be sacrificed. But they take the things off in the blindfolds and then hit them with the welcome to the brotherhood. And then like everybody kind of. So my question is, do people plan these grand entrances? Like, all right, so you're going to blindfold them. We're going to really build suspense with them. And then as soon as you do your reveal, I need everybody to like part in synchronized fashion and really, make an entranceway for me so that I'm the focus of attention. So everybody parts, and then he starts like walking up, and it's out there. Yeah. And so now they're all sitting there looking
stuck.
That's what it is, because Albert, a little bit previous, comes to who's the little sister? Maggie?
Yeah, Madeleine. Yeah, Madeleine.
I'm gonna call her Maggie. Yeah, so Albert comes to Madeleine and gives her his
half of
lock
the
it.
locket, right?
And so then she gives it to Élise, and Élise is like, "Where did you get
Where'd you get
this?"
this? Yeah,
And so then her sister is like, "He said you know where to meet him." And so she runs back to the barn where they were fucking. We all thought he got killed, and that's where she gets snatched up.
right.
So yes, and now they're all looking like Albert. Um, so from there, it goes back to Uncle is in the room talking to his poor son. Look, this was such a sick gamble. Like, how fucked up do you have to be in your head to be like, we're gonna try this. If it works,
If it
yay. If it
works, yeah.
doesn't,
If it
one must mouth to
doesn't,
feed.
right.
He was already sick. He couldn't walk. I was gonna have to put
Kill.
him in an institution. What
It's
do you want me to
just
do?
he kills the shit
So
out of him, bro. It
yeah,
was weird.
Uncle is like, I want to try to help you. I want to do everything I can for you. Do you trust me? And the son is like, with everything on my mama, I trust you. And he's like, all right,
If you only knew, if
right.
you only
Like,
knew,
so I'm gonna need you to do a thing. And so, son is like, okay. So he's like, lay down. And then all of a sudden he just starts smothering the fuck out of him. And now the son is
right?
like, wait, hold on.
You
There's a
didn't say
caveat
this,
to everything, like within reason, not die.
right?
So he smothers him to death, and then he injects him with his brother's blood. The
Mhm.
I don't even know if we can call it zombie blood, because they're pretty cognizant of what's going on, but zombie blood. And then he sits there for a second, like, and it doesn't look like the sun is coming back. So now he's like, well, really shit the bed on that
Mhm.
one.
Right.
Um, but the sun comes back to life.
Mhm.
And so, then the sun is
What have
just
you
like,
done?
what the fuck did you just do, my
Right.
guy? And
Whole time, like he's not going to enjoy coming back to life.
yeah, like,
Leg working and everything.
saved your life. Look at you. You can do a whole tap dance routine now.
Right.
Why are you mad? Um, yeah. So that is. I think that's it. I think
That's
that
the
was where the
episode.
show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the episode. So now we kind of know what's going on. We kind. No, well, I don't think we know, but we kind of have a insight, a new something new to look at, because now it's like, oh well, they're zombified. Now the thing is, do the new zombies, right, that are not Uncle and no, that are not Dad and Albert, do those people, if you're not them, do the other zombies, like maybe new ones coming up, do they deteriorate into like just regular monsters? Because if we go back to episode 1, the opening, Madeleine or whoever that girl was kills something, and when she killed it, it didn't seem, or it didn't give off, well, to me, it didn't give off like sane together, like like Dad and Albert and Noose and Son.
Well, I'd have to watch it again, because to me, like when I was first watching it, it just looked like a man running for his life.
Mm. No, I think they made a little bit of a that's
Yeah.
not zombie.
I'll.
That's not
I'll
zombie.
that's
That's
not that's
really
not the
not
zombie
zombie.
growl,
No,
but it's.
no. We'll take it.
You
It's
did the
not the
end of Buffy
best.
the Vampire Slayer,
Right,
like
right.
R.
Yo, that, like, honestly, that was the best part to me, because I just love that shit. Like, no, but yeah, I think they eventually deteriorate, because I can't see a show with cognizant zombies. I don't see how they'll make that happen.
Yeah, well, I guess we'll see,
Right.
how it progresses.
But so far, how do you like it?
It's
I mean,
gotten better. It's gotten
yeah,
better from that first episode where I was like, I don't know what Mo
yeah,
got me watching,
yeah. The
but
first episode was kind of like a what the fuck. This one, because we kind of have an insight to what's going on. This one kind of, yeah. Because if it didn't, I'd have been like, Keem, I think this should be our last episode. So let's just,
this was
or
fun, guys,
right,
but we're not gonna do this anymore.
or would have just binged it and just called it, and just done one giant episode and called it a day.
Yeah, I would have been fine with that too.
Yeah, because I
The
want to
question,
finish it.
yeah. So the question I do have is, were the other people who were on that boat, were they all like Albert?
Hmm.
And if so, like there's this group of people that know that there's like a land of zombie people, and they're sneaking them back into the country. And is that how things start to go super awry in the middle of what's already a tense time for France.
Right. I think, right, just going off, I think it's just Albert and his people in France already, right? Or because he's like the leader of La Resistance
Is
of the
he
resist. And he
of the
seems. I
revolution?
mean, they did part. You don't part for just anybody,
Yeah, yeah,
right?
I guess,
I mean,
but
that's usually safe for like either the bad guy or like the main person. We can
mhm.
part, yeah. So I think he's kind of like the voice or maybe a part of it,
I mean, maybe before they killed him,
right? But probably why they killed him,
because he was the voice of the revolution.
right? And so yeah, so I think it's just him. I think the other people are just trying to get into France because they're poor, and France is probably like, and they feel like everybody in France is eating good, so they're crossing the border, bringing
And
their
France is
criminals.
like, till we get this wall up, yo.
Yo, yo, yo.
Yeah, I feel like there's probably a lot of like, underlying
Cinema?
narratives that are
Oh
happening
my
right now
god.
in this show that people will like later on will be like, wait a minute, this was an allegory.
Because Albert coming in with the disease from China. You know what? Anyways. No, he came in from America. That's where he's been, I think.
See, I don't know.
I don't know. I'm just
Yeah,
guessing. I'm just guessing. I don't know where he's coming from.
I'm not sure where he's coming from, but wherever he was coming from, there were definitely black slaves because
Huh.
in that first
Virgin
episode,
Islands?
whatever's close to France, I don't like
Oh
in
no,
that
no.
first.
So Caribbean. No, not the Caribbean. Because I think oh, what
Could
did
be.
French? Yeah, I feel like the French dealt with a lot of like people in the Caribbean. Like they dealt with sugar. It was sugar cane or something.
Mhm.
Yeah, so
Yeah, so
maybe
it could be because when we first see Oka, he's got all of the whip scars on his
hmm
back,
hmm
and the one guy said something along the lines of, "Yeah, if you're a slave and you go against the word of your master, this is the mark that they put on you."
yes,
So, yeah,
yeah. So I mean, it'll be interesting to see how it really unfolds. So I'm interested. I'm here for another episode. I'm here for another episode. They got me for another episode again
at
with
least
the
one.
right, and then we'll go from there. We'll go from there. Wow, we're actually telling them what we're gonna do live. So,
Like,
anyways,
so you want to do this time next?
so I guess we'll be back this time next week for another episode of La Revolution.
Revolution. Yeah,
Yes. Thank you very much for watching. This was fun, Keem.
it
And
was.
happy Halloween again from 2020 and New
Yeah.
Year. We'll see you
Yep.
next week.
Bye.
Goodbye.